Day 4 of World Championships here in Paris, France, joined by Mithy from Origen, who you guys are now 3-0 in your group, defying the expectations. Is there any part of you that feels like any kind of validation from proving a lot of people wrong and their predictions and pick'ems and all that?
I mean, Twitter analysts are always a joke, so it doesn't really change my perception of anything.
Okay.
I'm really happy we're 3-0. I didn't really expect it at all, just like no one did. But yeah, it definitely shows that the Asian teams aren't unbeatable anymore. I mean, it's a best of one. Maybe they are jet lagged, whatever excuse you want to make, but we're winning, and that's what's important.
I mean, the question I've been asking a couple people now is how much of the success you're having is due in part to you guys being a good team, and how much of it is maybe the Asian teams just tilting or not showing up, or what do you think is causing the wins?
I'm pretty sure it's a mixture of everything. I definitely think that EU has improved a lot in terms of the game. A lot like the game in Western regions before was a lot about mechanics and just outplaying your opponent, just the casual Nash and end the game. But now it's a lot about like decision making and strategy overall with the team, and this is what's making us compete with Chinese and Asian teams. Is the fact that mechanics aren't as important anymore because everyone has reached the level that there's like small standouts, but even Faker is able to be handled in a way, you know. So I think it's mostly about the decisions that everyone makes as a team and the least mistakes, how you anticipate what the opponent is gonna do, and so on. Yeah.
At this point, do you think it's almost certain you'll be going to London with the 3-0?
We need one more game to be certain to go. So no, it's not certain, but I think LGD is tilting, TSM is beatable, and KT is gonna be another hard game. Yeah. But I think honestly, like it just depends on how the is it morale? Yeah. The morale of the teams are, because LGD is obviously on a tilt, but they're LGD, right? So maybe they wake up next week and go 3-3 and force a tie. Same for TSM. They won today, so maybe they just start going on a winning spree, and it's the same with every team. It's hard to tell, you know. But we're in a good spot to go out of groups.
Now, we were laughing a little bit ahead of this about the Peekaboo Alistar knockout of the Baron Pit, but what did you think of Peekaboo after playing against him in that game, seeing him, that kind of thing?
I didn't have the chance to play against him in lane. I don't know how much he does for his team, who like leads everyone everywhere, but I definitely think that towards the first 15 minutes, they played very well around vision and priorities and setting up traps and so on. So if he is the one doing all that stuff, then he's very smart. But it's hard to say how good he is because he didn't really do any game-changing things with Alistar, and in terms of team fights and so on. But we didn't really give him the opportunities to do so either. So it's hard to say how good he is. But definitely, whoever was being in control of the early to mid game was very smart. And if it's him, then he's a very smart player.
I forget who it was, but I was reading Twitter right before this who pointed out, like, first split in, now you guys are looking like it's very likely you'll get out of groups. And they said maybe this is the super team EU needed all along. After seeing so much success with your team in such a short time, how do you feel about the team? Is this like the next Fnatic to show up, or what do you think?
I mean, I have been in pretty much every team I've been on was a quote-unquote super team, even the NIP ones. So yeah, I guess this one is working, but the last time with Lemon Dogs, it kind of worked out too. We just had like a tough group, I guess. I think the team overall is, if I compare it to Lemon Dogs, because I think Lemon Dogs is a very strong team too. The difference is that everyone is more mature in this team, more experienced. We have failed more, and we have seen rock bottom. So we know how it is, and we know how to work our ways up. And I think that the personalities in the team are very spread out, which makes our team good at like just improving and like spicing it up. Like it's not boring. At the same time, there's people that really try and motivate other people to try, and there's people that get mad and because they really want to improve and they don't have like this whatever, we're losing, it's fine, Right. Like they really want to improve. Then there's also this spice of like, hey, I want to actually enjoy my time too. I want to go out, have a drink. Right. So there's like a mixture of things that is just helping each other out, and I think it's creating a good atmosphere.
Now, sort of the wind down the discussion, we're just about 1 week done with Worlds, and there's so much discussion about what this Worlds meta is going to be like, and we've seen a lot of champion diversity. What do you think of the meta that we've seen develop over the past couple of days?
Well, we've seen it develop for more than 3 weeks now, because we have been screaming in Korea and so on. When we first arrived, we were clueless. We just tried random stuff, Anivia, Vladimir. Right. We try a lot of random stuff, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but we just we don't even know what the meta is ourselves. We just try to get a superior pick and ban. Off meta, on meta, doesn't really matter for us. As long as we come out with a better team comp, we know we can win.
Well, it certainly makes it entertaining to watch. Is there anything you want to say to any of your fans out there, Mithy?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very grateful for all the fans that have supported me all along and the new fans that are coming up now. I'm trying my hardest not to tilt and not to disappoint anyone, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a great time watching you guys play over the first week, and looking forward to seeing how you guys do next week. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things Worlds at gamespot.com/LOL.